Yo, GK Nation.
GPS.
The Grown Folks
what's up?
Podcast.
Oh my God. Welcome to the podcast.
An extension of the Grown Folks Kids Show. Introducing the host with the most.
The Great Gun. Keeping it here.
This is going to be fun. Because I'm Batman. Yo. What's going on? What's up, GK Nation? How's things happening out there?
Ooh, it's cold.
It's cold.
It's cold.
Man, it's cold. My veins are starting to warm up a little bit. Hearts go out to those who, the survivors, as you say, as the ice weather down south down there. They're not used to that like we are up here in the Northwest. Pipes ain't winterized.
Apparently, they ain't used to anything.
Yeah, well, they're not prepared for that because it doesn't happen down there.
Well,
the
it's
pipes
true.
and stuff, that's why everyone's pipes were busting and everything. And the electric grids and stuff weren't insulated,
Well, that's Texas' fault right there, not the people's.
Right.
They wanted to be segregated from the electrical grids.
Deregulation, that's what happens. Corporations do what they want, save a buck. But
They're trying to say,
we want to be part of survivors.
They want to be part of U.S.
No, that's the survivors out there. We want our hearts and families go out to those families who lost their loved ones and right now got to battle these insurance companies and things of that nature. So we want to make sure we say that. But outside of that, welcome to the Grown Folks Kids Show.
Really? What's your name?
Jervin. Grown Folks Kids Shows.
GPS.
And let us
navigate you through our mind.
Because it's a wonderful place to be.
A wonderful place to be.
And I'm in a wonderful place, everybody. You know why I'm in a wonderful place?
Why? Because the Great Gunny's over here making things look good?
No, that's not it.
Come on.
I'm in a good place. No. Great Gunny, no.
I'm always making things look good.
No.
Making them sound good, too.
You don't make things sound good either. So listen, this is what sounds good. The Miz. That's what we're talking about.
The Miz?
The Miz. We got to talk about it.
The Miz?
You know how long I've been crying about this for
Mike Nazarian?
Mike Nazarian on Mr. and Mrs. That Miz. The corny Miz back from the old MTV. What was that show? Was that Tough? That's not Tough Enough.
Nope. He was on Tough Enough.
He was Tough Enough.
It wasn't Tough Enough. That was
what show was that?
I wasn't no
MTV show. Who cares?
Yeah, because I didn't. When I
watched
watched MTV, there were videos.
And well, the thing about it is,
music video.
That's
how old I am.
Well, listen, I'll give him something. That man had to prove himself in the business. And he worked his butt off. He is a hard worker, but
I give him that.
He's a hard worker. For a guy to come from that to where he is now and stuck with it, because some people would have quit. Some people would have went to the indies and trying to find a name and never make it back. He just stuck with it. But I like to say this. We're talking about The Miz winning the WWE, not the Universal, the WWE Championship. That gives him 2 of those in his legacy. The first wrestler to win 2 Grand Slams twice. That's a big accomplishment.
I guess so. Since they're making up stuff for him.
2 Grand Slams. That's a big accomplishment. No other wrestler can brag that. Here's the thing.
Really?
I give him. Yeah, no, really. I'm not going to bash on him.
No, I'm asking. Really? Can no other wresters
It
held?
might happen. No.
I'm asking a question.
What's up?
No other wrestlers held the world title more than one, the Intercontinental title more than one, the U.S. title more than one, and the Tag Team Champions more than one.
So this is how they did it.
I'm asking.
No, not the way he did it. This is how they say. This
the way
is how
he
they
did
say
it or has done it.
No, there's people who won multiple titles.
All of those titles.
We'll have to look. We'll have to research. But I know this. No one has done the way he did it, is that they count from last championship reign. Before he won that title, when he won his first championship, he became a Grand Slam champion. When he won this one, he became a Grand Slam champion again, because in between the two reigns, he repeated as Intercontinental Champion, Tag Team, United States. He held both tag team titles. And so he held all the titles, and then he won the championship again. And
so
that's double Grand
I'm not
Slam.
saying this to slight Miz.
Yeah.
I'm just saying this, that sometimes we invent new ways to uplift someone who really don't need our uplifting. The Miz is...
It's a great accomplishment. The Miz could use that. He needs that, actually, to go in his belt. I am a little thirsty this right now. All right, so I'll give the Miz this. First of all, you peoples out there, Miz and Miz fans, there's a lot of Miz fans out there.
Is there?
Yeah, there's some Miz fans out there. Because listen, he's one of those guys who you like that because he is a cornball. And you love to hate on cornballs. You know, if you're a cool guy like me, you know. I don't know if you're as cool as me. I don't know if you register on my zone in my area, but I'll give you semi-cool.
He did marry above his pay grade.
He sure did.
He did marry above his pay grade. Hey,
because you
did it, man. I don't know how or when or Maurice.
Dude.
He did it.
He might be corny, but that dude got game.
He got game sometime.
You know why? Because at the end of the day, he's probably one of those teddy bear guys that women love. You know what I'm saying? You know,
I mean, he's got decent fashion sense.
He's got good fashion.
Decent.
He's a good dad. You know, he's a good husband.
He's a good man.
Yeah, he's a good man. He takes care of his family.
Good man.
You know what I'm saying?
But you know what?
That's what women want. Sometimes you get it misunderstood. These hot, super hot women, you think they only want these superficial guys, but actually all they want is someone who actually cares about them. Because, you know, that's a hard life to live. You got to, I'm
going to knock this down.
What's up?
The Miz is us.
He's on me.
The Miz is us. Yeah, he's an average, ordinary guy who said he had a dream, and he went out and he killed his dream.
Yep.
And he just was himself. He never wavered from being him.
No, he didn't.
No, matter of fact, he's Will Smith.
Will Smith. You know why I can't get Will Smith? Because he needs more. Box office run. No.
I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying Will Smith went from being the cornball of whatever thing he wanted to do.
Yeah, we talked about this in one of our shows.
We're not going to talk bad about Will Smith here. I'm just saying.
Will Smith.
Yeah, Will Smith. But now when you look at Will Smith, you don't think cornball, and when you look at the Miz now, you don't think cornball. When you look at him,
he's changed. He's got out. He removed himself a little bit.
Maurice took a little bit of that. Took a little bit of that stuff out and was like,
she did. Yeah. She had to polish him up.
You know,
that's what happens.
And he's a dad now.
And he's a dad. He's calm and he's older. He's more mature. But here's the thing. Let me ask you a question here, because most of your fans,
shoot the question so I can shoot it down.
The question is this. How do you feel, first, before I ask the other question about Raw, how do you feel about The Miz? Is it Mike Mazarian?
Mike Mazarian.
How do you feel about Michael Mazarian, or Mike, being the champ once again over Drew McIntyre? No matter how long it lasts, it can only last a week, but still, how do you feel about The Miz being the champ?
I have no, you know what, here's the thing. I'm glad he won. We were talking about this a couple of months ago, about how Miz needed to have another reign. But when we saw the champions...
we sure did.
And he didn't have the Money in the Bank title at the time.
The Miz and what else did we put in that category?
That needed the title?
We said the Miz needed to have another reign. We said that Dolph Ziggler needs to get another run. And we said that Kofi Kingston, in order to validate his run, he needs to have the title again. Right, to validate it. Or just so it says, here you go, people.
Right.
Here you go, black folks. Stop crying. Here's the WWE champ wearing the belt. First guy. There you go. All right, now it ain't happening again.
Right. So
what Miz was a big part of that.
Right. So what I'm saying is that the Miz, he's got his title run.
Yep.
He deserved it. Yep. He's held the company down.
Yep.
In more ways than one.
Best mic skills in the company. Who?
He's in the top 3.
It's controlled. He's not just blabbering.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Control like Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins got good mic skills, but Seth Rollins kind of get.
He's in the top 3. I give him the top 3.
We might have to come back to that one.
Now, as wrestlers, he might be in the top 2 because him and Daniel Bryan, they on par.
Oh gosh, when did it?
Him and Daniel Bryan. I'm not gonna say AJ. AJ is average to good. AJ's not great.
He's average. He's not great.
You know.
Yeah, right.
Oh man, Samoa Joe's in it. Oh, I forgot about Samoa
He ain't
Joe.
wrestling.
He ain't wrestling right now.
Yeah. You can't count Samoa
Paul
Joe.
Heyman don't. And Paul Heyman
ain't a wrestler.
He ain't a wrestler.
Yeah,
So,
right.
so Miz is the top 3. I give him the top 3.
He's the best one.
He can be. You know,
He's the best one
in
that WWE has on the mic skills.
Oh, and Randy. Bray Wyatt.
Randy's methodical.
Bray Wyatt.
But Bray Wyatt is always telling a story.
But there's still mic skills.
Well, no, not mic skills, but Bray Wyatt is up there. But I'm talking about just can control the narrative, control the flow. Bailey's gotten there, but the Miz always been there.
Right, the Miz, because the Miz,
even in John Cena days,
the Miz had the guys to go against. Though he went against the guys with the gift of gab.
He's just got the gab, man.
So
he's got the gab. I mean, only other person I know that's out there right now that can hang with the Miz on the microphone is MVP.
Yep, MVP.
But he's not a wrestler.
No, you know what?
He's a manager now.
He's a manager. No, he still wrestles.
Well, when he needs to.
Yeah,
Looks like he ain't wrestling much.
He got hurt because
he got that
hurt in the thing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna give it to him. Like I said, he's in the top 3.
Yep, MVP, legit black belt,
legit.
He won the world. Was it World Karate Championships? Was it karate?
Jiu-jitsu.
He won the world.
Man, I've been thinking about.
It ain't just the United States or California. He's the world jiu-jitsu.
in his little class, and I'm thinking about taking jiu-jitsu.
Man. But anyways, what you think? Yes.
Like I said, you know what? It's deserving.
Deserving?
I'm not upset about it, and I like how they played the story out. You know, and I knew
it's kind of like we saw it coming when he got his money in the bank.
When he took it from
suitcase
Otis
back.
When he took it from Otis?
When he got it back.
Oh.
When they did that stipulation, like, okay, they want the Miz to be the champ, but when are they going to pull that trigger?
When did he lose the belt? Did I miss something?
He lost the money in the bank, remember? You remember when he lost it to, what match was that? What match was that?
He lost it?
He tried to cash it in and it didn't work.
Oh, you mean the last time he had the money in the bank?
Yeah, no, he got the money in the bank back. You remember?
When they used because he didn't cash it in.
Right.
Boy cashed it. Okay, that's different. I thought you meant like someone took it, but yeah.
No. He lost it and they got it back and said, okay.
Yeah, his partner told him cash it in. The Miz didn't tell him, so he found a loophole.
He found a loophole, and that's good. That's okay.
I like that.
I was getting
using
excited.
his brain.
Using his, I was like, I said, finally, we might get the Miz to be the champ for a quick minute. Now, when are they going to do that? I personally did not see them pull that trigger until after WrestleMania.
Well, he had to do it before WrestleMania or at WrestleMania.
Oh, well, that's true. I thought he was going to at least do it at WrestleMania, but I didn't think he was going to pull that trigger this early. He is a mastermind. So your thoughts is yay, thumbs up, thumbs down?
Hey, thumbs up, man. I'm all on it. I am all on it.
Well, this is what we're talking about. This is why I'm all about it. Because here's the truth, people, and I hope you guys are listening. I hope all you folks are listening.
I guess I'm about to argue with him now. He's about to say something that I'm going to argue about. You can't argue
with me. You can't argue with this because we all know how Raw's been sucking horrible, rotten eggs for the last. They get their cute moments here and there. Pay-per-views. They do better right after pay-per-views.
I don't think they sucked. I just think they've been average.
Suck. They suck. Don't defend them.
I'm not defending them. I just think they've been average.
Don't even try. They have not been even average. Impact is average.
No, okay? Impact is horrible.
Actually, that's horrific.
That's
that's horrific. But AEW has been great and average. SmackDown has been average but above average. All right, Raw sucks. But with the Miz, and it's not, listen, I'm not knocking on Drew McIntyre, but he's another, what is the term I keep saying? He's a power champ. Okay, and we have consecutive power champs for the last 2 years, haven't we?
Yeah.
You know, Braun Strowman. You had
Stop
Roman
saying
Reigns.
Braun Strowman.
You have Braun Strowman, Roman Reigns, and I'm talking about all of WWE except for NXT. So even the NXT, you did have Karrion Kross for a brief second, but you also had
Keith Lee.
Keith Lee.
But he had it for a second too.
I know he had it for a second. That's too bad. But you had all power champions. You had Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre, Gold. Oh, man, I can't. Hold on. Oh my gosh, I just almost said that.
Bill Goldberg.
Goldberg was the champion, and he beat the Fiend just to make it work.
And he beat Brock Lesnar.
We're over that. But for the last 2 years, you have power champs. So I'm like, you know why I'm happy is I'm happy because we got to start allowing the workers. We need a worker champ to be champions so that people like Jeff Hardy and I'm talking about the types because I know some of these wrestlers are not on Raw, but you're talking about the Jeff Hardy, the
Cesaro.
Yeah, Cesaro.
No, that's a worker. Yeah,
He's
that's what I'm saying. A worker type. Edge.
Edge.
The worker types. I know people get mad and say,
Rey Mysterio. Let the Rey Mysterio go,
he's
challenge.
He's like a cruiserweight.
AJ Styles, even Ricochet might be able to. This is a good opportunity to bring people like Ricochet to play against the Miz.
Let's stop for a second then.
Yeah.
Who do you think is a worthy worker? And because I hear a lot of people say, well, they're not giving the younger talent. So name a younger talent.
I already got one on top of my head right now.
Name a younger talent that should be the champ.
Should be challenging for the championship at least.
I mean, you can always challenge. They always let the guys challenge and they fall.
They don't.
They don't.
They don't have WWE. They let the same wrestlers wrestle the same people. They ain't building anybody. This is a perfect time to allow what people was wanting. What you're saying.
I'm asking you.
And so
give me one.
I won't say as a champ. I say as to challenge the champ because you got to have a worker champ to have these guys. They can't face power guys. So first one on top that should challenge the Miz after. And please don't pull the trigger on the Daniel Bryan yet until SummerSlam because the Miz and Daniel Bryan brings the house.
Daniel Bryan's on SmackDown.
I know, but
unless they trade him for Jeff Hardy.
They always could bend rules.
That's what I'm saying. Trade him for Jeff Hardy.
Bend rules.
Just swap.
Right? But here's the thing. I said the first one up, it's got to be Jeff Hardy. Okay, you got to allow him to get another run. Okay,
but do you want him to get the world title or the universal title? I told you about that universal title process I was thinking.
Hold on to that. So if we say Raw too, so I'd say Ricochet. This is a perfect opportunity to see how it looks if Ricochet can go for a championship. Don't have to win it, but let him get a couple rounds with the Miz.
We're on Raw now.
Right.
So Raw has
Ricochet's won.
Damian Priest.
Not yet.
No, I'm saying Raw has Damian Priest.
I know, but not yet.
It has Ricochet.
Ricochet won.
All right, so who else are you thinking? Because you're saying Ricochet. Mm-hmm. And you know what?
Well, I like have at least 3 because I think the Miz is going to hold the title until SummerSlam. I'm hoping. I'm wishing. But I'd say
I like that.
I'd say Ricochet's won.
Okay.
I say, and it depends on what type. Is he going to be wrestling heels and everybody?
He's a heel. He's going to wrestle a heel.
Okay.
The only guy that's not a heel he's going to wrestle is probably Bobby Lashley.
At some point, they're going to do the John Morrison Miz storyline again, like he did in his first reign, right? All right,
I can see that happening.
They might do that.
You think he's going to keep it that long?
I think he's going to keep it at SummerSlam because he moves the needle. That's the reason why he's the champion. He's the champ because he moves the needle. These power guys don't normally move needles, especially without fans. Drew McIntyre needs a full stadium of fans, and he's a power guy. He's an overpower guy. And so, right now, he's not moving the needle. Now, not faulting. Who's a great champ.
The needle?
Drew McIntyre. He's a great champ. Great champ. Let me tell you, I was so excited when he first won that title.
I don't think it's not moving the needle.
He just doesn't move the needle.
He needs fans because he's a good guy. If they'd have let him be a bad guy, a heel, he wouldn't need fans. That's the problem.
But the problem is
heels don't need fame.
He's a bad guy that keeps the same power level, because some bad guys lose their power level. They have to cheat to win. He's not one of those. He becomes bad. I think he's unbeatable.
So
okay,
you've said Ricochet. Who else?
Who else is on that roster? Let's see that.
I'm asking you.
No, I mean, throw some names out there.
Oh, okay. Well, so we know AJ's on Raw.
Not yet.
Akira Tozawa.
Nope.
Oh, I got one for you.
Shinsuke's
on SmackDown.
Oh, he's on SmackDown. That's right.
Andrade.
He's out. He's being repackaged.
Angel Garza.
Not yet. He's still building a character. Matter of fact, he's teaming up with The Miz. They mentioned that in the show.
I saw that.
Yeah. So, nope.
Elias.
Yes, Elias is wrestling heels and good guys. So I think they're trying to figure out what to do with Elias. They're wasting talent. I know that. So Elias will be one.
The great Maharaja.
Not yet. He ain't back yet. Come on, man.
He's back. They just ain't doing nothing with him.
He ain't back. He ain't on TV.
Keith Lee.
When he returns,
that's what you're saying.
They are going to do that. They are going to do Keith Lee. I guarantee you, they're going to do Keith Lee and The Miz between now. Who's The Miz's WrestleMania opponent? Who do you think?
He's not going to make it to WrestleMania with the title.
I think he is. I think they're going to do the Drew McIntyre and no, they're not going to do that. You think Drew and The Miz is going to actually...
What about Xavier Woods?
I've been waiting for him to just go solo.
Give him a solo run.
Not yet. He's going for the other titles. But you just said you hit it. So after Ricochet goes, okay, because I'm watching the New Day.
Because I'm going through the roster. I've named everybody that's not a vet.
No. I said three. You need three.
I said
three. So I got my three.
Right,
I got my three.
Who's your three that's not vets?
I got my three. Because they need to hurry up and break up the New Day.
What are they going to break them up?
What they're doing right now is I had enough. When I saw that last night on SmackDown, and they're clowning around. It was funny, but when you're over the top with it, that tells me you're running out of ideas for you guys. It means it's time to. I think you don't have to turn on each other.
Right?
Don't do that.
I think you don't see the way they're acting is because of what they do on their podcast.
I know, and it's time, fellas. Go your separate ways like the Shield did. You had a good 5-year run. Go your separate ways, and let's see what you guys do for the industry of what the Shield did.
Well, they need a tag team. They need to keep tag teams in business right now.
I know.
They're a legitimate
tag team. They're in purgatory right now. So, but you know what they are going to do, because they hit this with Kofi.
Give me your three.
All right. Ricochet. Okay. And then they're going to allow Kofi to go against The Miz.
No, I want your three young guys that
I'm telling you what's going to happen.
No, I know what you're saying is going to happen. I asked you. Give me three guys that are new, because that's all you ever hear is we don't ever push the new guys.
No, forget that. I don't care.
I'm asking you.
I'm telling you what's going to happen.
So you're telling me that the new guys ain't worth being pushed.
It's going to be one, maybe two new guys. It's going to be one new guy. It's going to be Ricochet, okay, because they got to push new stars.
Okay.
And they don't want Ricochet to leave and go to AEW or Impact or New Japan or AAA. They want to keep him.
Right.
So they're going to allow him to get a run in. And then you got to prove your point with Kofi. Is he a tier 1 or is he back down in the mid tier? No, he's tier 1, but no, we're doing New Day stuff. He's mid tier. So they got to say no, he's still tier 1. So he's got to wrestle The Miz. Okay. Number 3 is going to be Keith Lee. Okay. Now, after that, those two new guys there, one common guy. I don't know where to go after that unless they pull the trigger with Daniel Bryan. And that's what people want.
You really think The Miz gonna make it that long?
He's gonna make it that long.
So we just gonna say Bobby Lashley's never getting a title.
No, he will get a title. I think he's gonna be the first power champ to get the title back to the power champs.
I think he's the
first one in line in the power champs. So here's the thing. Because
you only got a small window for that super match. Well, listen, that's the last super match you ever get to see.
Listen. Drew McIntyre is going to probably wrestle Sheamus in WrestleMania. Okay, which sucks because I would have rather see that for the title. You know, because that's another guy I'm high on. Even though I wasn't high on him back in the day, I'm high on him now because Sheamus has been putting in all this work, building everybody up, losing, winning,
right.
building everybody up. It's time for him to have something.
You're right.
Okay? He is a 4-time champ, right? So, 4 or 5 times. I can't remember. He won a title quite a few times. Mm-hmm. So, here's the thing. So, he's not going to lose. He's going to be played as one of the the smartest wrestler right now, right? So, who's his WrestleMania opponent?
Who, The Miz?
Yeah, who's his WrestleMania
If he
opponent?
makes it to WrestleMania,
What is it?
if he makes it to WrestleMania,
That's a hard one.
that's a hard one. Let me see. Let me
We
go
ain't
through that
going to know
roster.
until actually March happens, right?
If he makes it to WrestleMania, it'll be Keith Lee.
When's Keith Lee coming back?
Well, he's not hurt.
I
So-
know he's in COVID, but so...
Yeah, but we just saw his. We
But
just
you
saw
gotta-
his
you gotta build
fiance.
it up, though. You
His
gotta build it up.
He's got 2 months
Does Miz got anything built up with anybody
outside of
tag
Bobby
teams?
Lashley. Oh,
Well, Bobby Lashley and
who's the guy he just
I
had?
already see it's happening. I already see that.
Oh, he's got a problem with oh boy.
I know Braun Strowman and Bob Lashley is what's going to happen.
That's not going to go any further. You're not going to have that. No.
Well, but in that triple threat,
There's no triple threat.
well,
Bob Lashley won.
That's right. That's right.
No triple threat.
No triple threat.
Braun just needs to go. Send him to AEW.
You don't need to go to AEW.
Send Braun to AEW.
I don't know where you can send Braun. Man.
Send Braun to AEW.
I feel
Y'all
bad.
want because
You're not a Braun fan?
I was until when they tried to make him this monster among men, and I said this. Once you put the title on him and he's supposed to be this unbeatable beast, how is he going to lose the title? Because once he loses the title, he's not this unbeatable. He's not Brock Lesnar. He doesn't have anything legitimately to make you scared of him. You know, he's not 7 feet tall.
Here's my thing about him. Is he going to evolve his game like the Big Show? That's the standard. That's the measuring stick. That's the measuring stick is the Big Show.
They've been trying to find another
That's
Andre
the
the Giant forever.
But the Big Show made it work.
And
He
he's the
could've faded
closest
off.
thing that you
The
had.
Big Show could have faded off eons ago, even when WCW got bought out. He faded off in WCW kind of bit. He could have faded off in the
No, he came to WWE.
He came to WWE
before they were bought
I know
out.
before they were bought out, but he started to fade in WCW.
Right, because they didn't know what to do with him.
Right after he had that little run, and then he went to WWE, had another good run, and started to fade a little bit. But he kept reinventing himself.
You want to know a secret?
Uh-huh.
Here's a secret. You said the key word.
What's up?
He reinvented
He
himself.
reinvented himself.
Because the secret of having a giant is not having a giant. A giant, Andre the Giant, went to every territory.
Andre the Giant was he
went
knew how to entertain.
Well, he went everywhere though.
Right.
Vince Sr. didn't hold Andre the Giant. He says, okay, you come here for a couple of months, you beat down, you get paid well,
Right.
we send you away for a while, and then you go wrestle other places. And that's what he did. He made Andre the Giant the attraction.
The attraction.
But now you
Telling the story.
can't be an attraction. And this is why I was never mad at Brock not being on TV all the time. Because Brock was an attraction. When you saw Brock, you
meant
knew
something.
it was going to
and
do
you're
something.
gonna go buy those pay-per-views.
After you see the
Right.
Big Show a couple of times,
Right.
it wasn't worth seeing the Big Show because you knew his moveset. He never came up with nothing new.
But it was always good to see him wrestle when the person becomes a champion.
Right.
It's almost a given that you have to at least
have to wrestle the big guy.
Show at least once.
Right.
And then that's just to get into the star stratosphere. And then get into superstar stratosphere, you have to at least wrestle the Undertaker in a pay-per-view at least once, right?
Right.
Okay. What I don't see what Braun Strowman can do is the problem with Braun Strowman is you can only go so long with the monster gimmick. I'm gonna crush and eat it and beat everybody. You don't tell me what the hell I want. That ain't gonna work.
He
For
was
so
better
long.
off. He was better off staying with the Wyatts. And
I'm
now
already over it.
Right,
I'm
that's what I'm
already over
saying.
it.
He
I'm
should have
already
been.
over it. The
He
tough
should
guy
have.
can't,
Yeah, can't lose. I mean, they tried that with Mark Henry and it didn't work. And he had a better gimmick.
Right. And Mark Henry had to change it a little bit. So here's the thing. The Miz moves the needle. That's why I'm happy that he's the champion. I need to see at least a 5-month run with him. Heck, I wouldn't mind to see a year because I know it's not going to happen, but at least I know that his segments are going to be entertaining and he's going to push whoever's the opposite of him.
Hey, look, I know you love The Miz.
No, I appreciate.
No, listen to what I'm saying.
Those type of wrestlers, we don't have those no more.
I'm not knocking you down.
We don't have those no more.
But you're about to see
outside of Roman.
You're about to see your second black WWE heavyweight champion. So you can see the dream match. This is the only dream match we have left. No, Bobby Lashley. There's only one more real dream match in the WWE.
Lesnar and Lashley.
And that's what you're going to see.
I'm not going to talk about it unless it happens.
All right.
So why are you bringing it up?
We're not talking because that's the only reason
they're sidestepping it.
That's the only reason. That's the only reason why Lashley should get the title.
They sidestep, and you only want that in 2 events: WrestleMania or SummerSlam. You can't do it in any other event.
So this is the time to give him the title, so he can win. He can go on. Man, the Hurt Business is the business.
Hey man, them boys looking good.
Hurt Business. And you know who I'm disappointed at?
The Chief. You know who I'm disappointed at? And we're going to say this for another podcast.
Who are you disappointed at?
I'm disappointed that they wasted Retribution.
They did waste Retribution.
They're wasted. You know who I want to lead that? That's going to be another one. People, we're going to talk about that in another separate.
You know who should have led Retribution?
We need a new leader. And the new leader is Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins needs to be the leader of Retribution and take out. He ain't doing it. It's not even believable.
You know what?
Look, it's not even believable.
Look, I'm not even mad at you for saying Seth Rollins, but when you said Seth Rollins, that reminded me of CM Punk taking over the Nexus, and I don't like that.
No, that's not the same.
No, I said it reminded me of CM Punk taking over the Nexus.
He's got that Jesus complex, and he got these guys
but
who
I can see.
And they under the same whole justice, and the old form of justice must be done, and they all saying the same because he ain't Retribution. I'm just sitting there looking at these two, and that was the other botch. Four? That's the other botch. How Kofi barely got the Trouble in Paradise, barely even got the guy's shoulder. He's supposed to fall, and he's laying on the ground with his hands in his chest, like he could. I thought he was just going to throw Kofi 2 miles above his head because he's the big guy, and he sat there and took a pin, and then they did his. Ali did his whole "I'm mad at you guys, you always losing," and they didn't look believable. But I like Slapjack. I like you wasting Slapjack.
You know why he had
Slapjack
to take?
Slapjack can be a toy.
You understand why he had to take the pin?
Why?
They went overtime.
I get it.
Because of the Randy segment.
I get it, but still, it is stupid. They're wasting something that could be great if they just knew what to do with it. But that's WWE, lacking of creativity.
Tell you, man,
it's Vince, I get it. Lacking in creativity. Take Retribution. No, don't put them in AEW. There's too many factions in it. Let them go over to New Japan and then let them build from there. I like Slapjack. I want to see him used more. There's something about that guy, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he needs to go hang out with the Fiend. Maybe he needs to go hang out with the Fiend.
Djokovic.
I don't know. All right, guys, thanks.
No, before we go.
What's up?
I got to ask you 2 questions because we didn't really talk about the best thing in wrestling.
What?
The head of the table. Your chief.
This is about the Miz.
I understand. Okay.
I'm trying to get to our next podcast.
Man, well, I'm just saying.
It's about the Miz.
What about Bad Bunny?
Nothing. Boo. Ain't nothing about the
He got that title, bro.
Boo. But I get it, though. It's a good break. It's a good break from R-Truth.
He had it on SNL, dude.
I know, but it's good. It's good break. It is. Because he's going to have Damian Priest there. It's kind of building him up. So that's cool. The head of the table always get talked about because he's on a great run and he ain't losing that title.
He is on another level.
He ain't losing that title. But anyways, hey, thanks for listening to our podcast. The Miz is the champ. Raw is going to be interesting again.
And
finally,
wow, stop trying to be a wrestler, man.
Don't even entertain that idea.
He's being trained by Rikishi right now.
Oh my God! You better get a lot of protein shakes in, and they don't got a cruiserweight division, so stay in there.
205 still around.
Go to 205. I'm talking about on the main roster. Bottom Roll's got the name. You have to stay on 205. But anyways, thanks for listening to our show. We're going to catch you next time. And anything else, there's the Gunny.
Man, look. I was going to give you this big old spiel about how we put it down. But I just want y'all to know that we appreciate you. And thank you for allowing us to navigate you through our mind. Peace out.
Peace out.
GPS.